April 16, 2026 Rainbow Lakes Estates Advisory Board Meeting. We ask that you silence electronic devices and step outside to take calls. Outbursts or interruptions are not permitted. Please take your seat and help us maintain a respectful and productive meeting. Thank you for being here this evening. Agenda and public comments. Registered speakers have 5 minutes. Those who signed up at the door will have 2 minutes. Non-agenda items may be addressed during the public comment section of the meeting towards the end. Please state your name and address, anything that you submit, supporting documents to the staff attendant here at the desk. Those items will become part of the public record. Reminder of respectful conduct. Personal attacks against staff, board members, or volunteers will not be tolerated. Please keep comments respectful, within your time limit, and focused on meeting-related issues. Thank you for your cooperation. All right, board member conduct. If you wish to speak with someone in the audience during the meeting, please address the chair first. Direct conversation with board members or public speakers is allowed during the agenda or general public comment portions without going through the chair. Thank you for your help in helping us to maintain a respectful and orderly environment. We'll begin with our invocation. Holy One, known by many names, we thank you for every seat filled here today and for each mind and heart gathered in this room. You alone know what we are here to accomplish. We have our plans, ideas, talents, and time, but only you see the full picture in every life. We thank you that nothing is in vain, and even our mistakes can be used for good. Strengthen our confidence in who you created us to be, and free us from comparison so that we may work together with unity and purpose. Bless this meeting, those present, and all residents, volunteers, and employees of Rainbow Lakes Estates. May our efforts today ripple outward in ways that uplift and serve others. Amen. Amen. Let's stand for the pledge, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Jennifer, would you take roll tonight?
Amber Bonlander. Here. Catherine Bryant. Here. John Connor. George Allen McKay.
Here.
William Overbeck.
Here.
Steve Stritzinger.
Here.
Dan Wilshusen.
Here.
Whoa.
Yeah. Mine's a little high tonight. All right, does anybody have any questions, corrections, or concerns about our current minutes for March 19th, 2026?
No.
Can I get a motion to approve those?
Make the motion.
I have a motion by Kathy Bryant.
I second.
I have a second by George McKay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Passed. All right, we're going to move on to, I believe, our reports. I will go first. I'll get through the Levy County section pretty quick. We have no current, or I shouldn't say, we have no new code violations. We do have some current issues that are proceeding through the process. Yesterday, we actually had a hearing in front of the magistrate for a property that has a dumped, what looks like an old FEMA trailer on it. But that is currently going through process. This is the 3rd meeting that they've had with the magistrate. Road maintenance has been completed, not only on Indian Hill, but they also did the sand abatement on Southeast 114th. They've also completed several other work orders for patches and different intersections, so I want to thank Bill's group for that. They've been Johnny on that. Public safety, we currently have nothing to report in the Levy County section. As far as finance, we are looking for our second quarter reports for review and due diligence processes. If you could get that message to Chad. If you could send those over to Amber and myself. And I also wanted to give a special thanks to Bill's team. This week they actually went out and did some repair work and repainted our sign on County Road 337. So as far as Levy, that would be it for that. So I think, George, you're up next, if I'm not mistaken.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Fire and rescue incidents for March. There were 79 in total, and 4 of the incidents were for Station 14. On the installation of the traffic signal, my report from FDOT contact Patrick White. We are sending out the work document, which is when the contractor can start work on yesterday. They will have to start procurement of equipment and materials, and there is a long lead time items that could take 4 to 6 months. That's the mast arm. They are not doing with cables overhead. They're using a mast secured in one corner and hanging over the intersection. At this time, we anticipate work being completed late fall or early 2027. As you can see from previous reports, things are progressing at a good pace for state work. Lieutenant Moore, I can vouch for the increased enforcement. Somebody I know was stopped for speeding on the boulevard. There are still offenders, and it will take some time. With Lieutenant's efforts, we will start to see improvement in this regard. Thank you, and for your staff too. Appreciate that. And finally, if you see it, report it. We live in a wonderful, beautiful area. We can all make it a little better if you do this simple thing. Document as best you can and report all crimes. We can all make our little corner of the county a little better. Now, I wanted to bring something else up too. Somebody had made a post on Facebook about the traffic signal. And people keep contacting FDOT. It's not going to accelerate anything. It's not going to make things go any faster. Things are not going to get any better because you complain to them. It's going to take time. It's a process, and government processes follow government processes. You can't rush it. It doesn't matter what you do, what you say. It doesn't matter who you know. It doesn't going to change. So if you want to get things done, let them get their job done. If things do get out of hand and we don't have a traffic signal out there by the beginning of the year, then we start raising Cain. But until then, just go with the flow. I know it's a pain. I'm frustrated with it too. Trying to get out when you're like 5-6 people deep to get out onto 41, it's frustrating, I agree. And we'll just have to bear with it a little bit longer. And that's all I have to report.
Thank you, George. Amber, would you like to go over anything?
Yes, so second quarter reports, as you mentioned, were requested from the county and none were provided by tonight's meeting, so I have nothing to report. Finance and planning, I would like to thank the board for your patience, the staff and the audience with me for the past couple months while I have not been able to attend the meetings due to my family emergency. I am now here, I'm back, and I'm focused and ready to serve. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Kathy. Turn that on and bring it closer.
People will hear me then.
Yeah.
Okay. Rainbow Lakes Estates, the appropriation report. Somebody in the office was very kind to help me out with this. We had all the programs are offered to the residents at a low fee or free of charge. Special events with Moms and Masterpieces is May the 2nd from 10 to 1 at the community center. It is a special Mother's Day celebration where you can create something to honor Mom. Call the district office before next Friday and register. For the adults programs, we have morning miles for all ages fitness program that takes place every Tuesday at 8:30 a.m. at the Seacliff Park. All levels of fitness are welcome, from walking to running. It's also free. Makers Monday is an adult crafting lunch every third Monday from 10 to 12 at the community center. It is free or low cost depending on the featured activity. Next Maker Monday is April the 20th, and they're painting planters. April's activity is free of charge. Coffee and Conversation is a residents' opportunity to meet and discuss ideas and concerns with Rainbow Lakes staff over coffee and snacks. It happens on the second Wednesday of the month at 10 a.m. at the district office. Adult Night Out is an after-hours adult activity program featuring different activities each month, from game night to bingo to trivia and more. It takes place on the first Thursday from 5:30 to 7:30 at select Rainbow Lakes locations. The next one is May the 7th, and it will be at the Youth Center. Plant Swap is every third Tuesday of the month at 4 p.m. at the Community Center. Bring a plant, take a plant, and discuss plants. The Youth Center is open on Wednesdays and Fridays from 4 to 6 p.m. It is also open on school early release days and holidays from 1 to 5 p.m. It is free and open to the public. Super Saturdays are the third Saturday of every month from 12 to 5 at the Youth Center. Tater Tots is Thursday at 10 a.m. to noon. This is the Community Center for Little Ones, and that is also free and open to the public. The Fitness Center is open to residents 24/7. The building is very spacious and clean. Registration appointments can be made at the office, and the annual fee is $25 per person. The equipment is really good. It compares to any other one down here. The Fiber Craft Society meets on the second and fourth Saturday from 12 to 1 p.m. at the Creative Arts Center. They knit, crochet, and other fiber craft activities. Contact Jennifer Koga at 352-322-9682. The Pins and Needles Stitchers Club meets on Mondays from 10 until 2 at the Creative Arts Center. Contact Marcy McKay at her email address is mmckay@gmail. The Poker Club meets on Tuesdays and Fridays from 11 to 3 at the Creative Arts Center. Contact Larry Hoffman at 352-208-8766. The Domino's Club meets on Fridays at 7 p.m. at the clubhouse. Contact Angel Collin at 352-229-0753. The Garden Club meets on the second Tuesday of every month at the Community Center at 1 p.m. Contact Teresa Ribner at 352-342-0862. Dungeons and Dragons Club meets on the second and fourth Fridays at 6:30 p.m. at the Creative Arts Center. Contact David Harris at 352-445-1887. The Dance Club meets the second and last Wednesdays of the month at 6:30 at the Community Center. Contact Cara Feliciano at 352-228-2392. The general club fees are $10 for residents, and that covers any and all clubs that you want to be in. If you're non-resident, then it's $15, no matter how many clubs you join. And that's all I have.
Thank you. John Connor is absent this evening. Steve, do you have anything new to report?
I do not, sir.
All right. How about you, Will?
I do not have anything to report.
Okay. Could you do me a favor? Could you take a look at, I think it's Marine or one over from Marine and Southwest Bonneville. I'm getting reports that there might be an issue with an intersection out that way. Thanks.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate it. All right, Jennifer, moving on to the staff reports.
Joe first.
Oh, okay. Joe, it's all yours.
Thank you. Yes, going on, we're going to start with, I know we've been doing it for a couple weeks, but the scans and the drilling for the boring for the community centers.
Yes.
So, you asked last time the pricing on those. The scans were about $2,200 each, so that was a total of about $4,000. And then the drilling is about $7,000 for each location. They did come out about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, and they did a boring at the tennis courts. They were unable to finish to come over here to here, and they will be coming here in the next week or two to finish up and do they had some type of equipment malfunction on that. But they did come back today and identify there is no sinkhole under the tennis courts. So we are going to move into, I was talking with Pete, we're going to come up with several solutions on how we're going to do repairs to the tennis courts and see what's the best and economical solution for that.
Did you see me sitting on the edge of my seat just now?
Yes.
Okay.
I know also a big ticket item you guys have been looking for is the plans for the Creative Arts Center. The architect has got them into us. We have as-built and a couple other different types of sets of plans. Chad and Pete now are working on what the cost is going to be to build that project, so that we can see if it would be feasible once they get a budget price for you. So that we're hoping that'll be soon and coming up as well. We have started mowing. We completed 25 work orders this go around, so we're maintaining that high number of work orders. You will see the mowers out there now, and we didn't have no boats this month around, so that was good. We didn't pick up any extra boats or anything like last month.
Okay.
So,
All right.
also, we did get the ice machine ordered for the crew out there. Should be delivered this upcoming week and installed. So we're
Perfect.
We're right on track for anything, all that type of stuff.
Wow. I mean, you're like chiseling away at my list here. That's awesome. Thank
That's
you.
my job.
Yay, here I am. Okay, so I looked at Katie and said, is it me? And she said yes, so we're gonna go. Let me get to this. So first off, just for some updates, while I'm looking for the staff report, staff report? Oh, all right. At Seacliff, we've actually got a torch. So we torched the weeds from the baseball field, which was lovely because they were super invasive. Also, Miguel's been out there doing some work, trimming it up and leveling it. We did have a little league that contacted us that wanted to use it for a practice field. So that's why we started doing some work on it. It's greatly improved now. So we're going to see about getting some new bases. And Miguel's going to see if we can weigh those down enough where someone won't steal them again.
Yeah.
If we can't come up with a way that someone can't steal the bases, then we will let the Little League know that they have to bring their own portable bases. So that, yeah, sorry. People take the darndest things, I tell you. So also, as Joe said, Geotech did do their borings. They were out here, they got swamped. So they're coming back. I did not know the results, so I'm super excited.
Me too, so we don't have to fix that.
We don't have to actually fix it yet. Somewhere in here. Oh my gosh. Okay, the other thing that I'm really excited to talk about is the food service. So we did have a resident that brought forward concerns about the fact that we do prepare and serve food at our events, such as a meet and eat. And because of that, we did have to postpone the breakfast so we could do our due diligence to make sure we were compliant. As expected by me, we were compliant.
Yes.
So we are able to serve and prepare food to members, and we are able to sell food tickets ahead of time. The one thing was we cannot sell door tickets.
Okay,
So that was the stipulation. So we did learn something, so it wasn't for naught.
I will accept that.
Yes.
That works
Yes.
very well.
On the bright side, we learned something.
Yes.
So, also we have rescheduled, today we discussed the reschedule of the date. And so we are going to, of course, still maintain that breakfast. It's going to be on May 9th, which is a Saturday, just like was originally planned for a Saturday. And it is from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. here at the community center. And I've already posted that online. It's already been put up as an event. And then we will be plug in, because we have a short window of time to let everyone know about that. So that's the first thing. The other thing is obviously we were on hold to promote our June normal meet and eat. Since we are cleared to go ahead and do that, that has already been promoted through the communicator, and we have now updated the social media post. So now it's more on social. We'll go full steam promoting that. That is going to be the Grill and Chill, which is hamburgers and hot dogs. Yeah, I'm excited about that. Also at the CA, the Creative Arts Building, in the men's room, a urinal was fixed to much building, thanks to Miguel. He had to construct the part because we literally went through several parts and back and forth and returning and couldn't find this particular model of what would work for that urinal. So that has been fixed. And then the other thing that we have is the staff report. Okay, so the staff report, we got February for the fitness center, we have 238 people. In March, we had 240 that signed in. For the youth center in February, we had 13. In March, we had 56. For Tater Tot Thursdays in February, we had 75. And in March, we had 16. The decrease was due to 2 cancellations due to repairs, just to let you know for March. Morning miles in February, we have 18 participants, and that has doubled in March practically to 36 participants for the month. If you haven't seen it online, they take a picture every week, and the people in Morning Miles are really about it. Mm-hmm. So if you're interested in joining and walking with some folks, it looks really awesome. Also, they're exploring some other locations that may provide some shade. So they might do some away trips too during the summer to beat the heat. But that does happen at 8:30, like Miss Kathy said, every Tuesday morning. Makers Monday was the first one. It started off with 4 people. They made keychains. March, it was 6 people. It was jewelry, and up next, as he said, they will be painting planters. That is slowly increasing per normal rhythm of all other adult programs. Plant swap is 5 people for February and 14 people in March. Domino's Club had 62 people in February and 50 in March. Dance Club had 16 people in February and 10 in March. Dungeons and Dragons Club had 5 in February and 20 in March. Fiber Craft Society had 14 in February and 20 in March. The Garden Club had 12 in February and 15 in March. Pins and Needles had 25 in February and 26 in March. The Poker Club had 55 in February and 39 in March. And the meeting in February was 42. We did not have one in March. And we did not have a special event in February, but we did have 2 in March. There was approximately 100 attendees, not including all of the people for the art sale. And then there was 180 counted for the participants of everyone who entered the community center for extravaganza. So lots of kids, very cute if you weren't there, lots of prizes, and I think Dan can speak to that because he was at the door. Expense and revenue summary. So Rainbow Lakes Estates General Government expenses year to date rounded for Dan, 348, 750. Expenses, revenues year to date 231, 419. Balance 117, 331. That's in thousands.
Right.
Recreation budget 32,900. Expenses 32,922. Revenues year to date 217 and 49. Balance is 184, 127. RLE Road and Street, expenses year-to-date, $588.44. Revenues year-to-date, $497,379. And the balance is $90,664. Work orders in March, 24 completed and 2 open as of the report last week. Year-to-date, 71 completed and 13 open. Rentals booked year-to-date, community center has been booked 16 times so far, and the pavilions at Seacliff have been booked 9 times. The clubhouse has already been booked 4 times.
That's awesome.
So that would be everything for me. I know you did ask previously about the cost of banners as well, and you asked me for an annual total of what we spend on banners. Currently, we only do the 1 banner when you come into the community, and it's right there. That expenditure for 6 events is $1,350. It is $225 per banner every time we book one. Sometimes I get a deal if I do 2 at once though, but I just put the flat rate, just so you know that.
And it was 1,000 roughly?
1,350 annual if we do all of the events that we have been doing. Then if we were to do, we discussed about if we were to use the current sign wall to put a banner there, 1 at each side, and then still keep the one that's within the boundaries, that would be 3 signs at a time, which would be $375. So that would knock us up to $4,725 a year.
Out of reach.
Yeah, it's very high. So the other option would be the sign that we've already discussed, which is that marquee sign, which we could do more than just promote events on. We could promote the board meetings, we could promote everything. And we did have that cost last time that we saw. It was approximately $689 for the framework,
Right.
and then just the dollar, like some of the signs. I think we were at like $1,500. But we can circle back and decide if we want to still do that. I think it is the best option. I would have to explore whether that can be, might have to wait till the new fiscal year, but it might be something that we definitely could implement if the board is interested.
Well, and that's one of the things that we were talking about earlier, is like this would fit into one of those projects, a smaller ticket project that we could probably chisel away at.
Yes.
But then that leads me to come to the rest of the board and say, now that we have all of the figures, do we want to vote on this to move this forward? I still think, for me anyway, I think that the best way to go is with the marquee sign. I think that's the most economical way, and it gives us the most flexibility. However, if the board still wants some time to think about it or whittle out some other idea, I'm open to that as well. But I would like to see us close some of these open items.
Yeah, I would definitely like to see the signs. We waited too long. That's probably the biggest single complaint that I get from residents, is they don't know what the heck's going on. And if we don't have, signage out, well, they've got a good reason.
Well, would you be on board for the marquee sign, or would you be wanting to do the banners?
The marquee sign's probably going to be more flexible.
That's what I'm thinking.
It's going to be more flexible, probably more noticeable too.
Yeah, and it is changeable, so that helps. Also, no one says that because we start off with the marquee sign, that doesn't mean years down the line, if we need a bigger sign, then we'll discuss it then. So it's very portable. Also, just so you know, Miss Tiffany has also heard the complaint that they don't see things, and so she's given me this report to read to you guys. This is our social analytics, and she wants to let you know that during the months of March, we saw an increase of people coming to the page, which is a good thing, that we served over 4,699 viewers at the page, and it is an average of 568 per day or per week that are coming to the page to look at it. So when people say they aren't seeing it, we're wondering who that could be. And those are new, original visits, not a repeat person. So it's either a person who's following our page or it's a new person. And then 66% of people who come to our page are followers, 33% of are non-followers. So they're not even following our page, they're brand new people or people who are nearby, who saw one of our events.
That's
And I have,
interesting, it's a tidbit, yes.
yes, and I have other bits of analytics that would bore us all to death, but I can tell you the demographics exactly of who's visiting the page, as to male to female, etc.
I'm interested in that. If
You
you
want-
wouldn't
okay,
mind
sure.
sending me that would be
Oh,
great.
I'll send it to you, because it's a lot. And then, we are looking at, there is a way to go in there with the analytics and kind of, steer posts a little bit now with the new system they have, so we have been looking at that, and we've been seeing a lot more viewing there, so. Anyway, Tiffany really wanted you guys to know that, so she's like, hey, we are improving, and, people are looking, it's just not everybody. And we do also, by the way, George, we do have to respect the code rules with the signs, but before every event, after roads close down, because they keep our roads clean, our staff does go out and put 6 to 7 or 8 signs, double-sided, road signs out for all of our events or anything that's going on, and then we go back after the event that night and pick them up. So we put them out there for a whole day, 24 hours before the event to let people know visually. We put them at the front, we put them at the Levy entrance, we put them down at the Dollar Tree entrance, because some people go in there. We put them at the Giraffe entrance, because some people go by the pediatrician. So, and then we put some down here at the park, at the fitness center. So we are really trying to increase that visibility for you.
But like I said though, that's the biggest
Oh, yes.
complaint people have is they don't know what's going on.
Exactly.
And we've got to, I hate to say it, we got to hammer. We got to hammer it, keep on.
Exactly, yeah. So, I'm hoping that will help. It does show that the effort is increasing and that people are responding, is what I guess Tiffany wanted you to know.
Got it.
Great.
Jennifer?
Sure.
Hi.
I got something to
Oh,
go.
me. Can I get the cost of marquee sign, please?
Yes, I don't have it with me, and I'm a doofus. I wrote down the answers to his question and didn't write down what the sign is, but I can send it to you all.
That is
As
great.
soon as I get back tomorrow morning, I'll make sure you all have it.
I think it was around 689.
Yeah, it was for the framework, and then we just have to buy the letters
Right.
for it, and if we want it lit, yeah. So yeah, but I'll make sure to send an email with the follow-up information. That was my fault, I apologize. I answered Dan's questions and didn't think back to the fact that I would need the cost of the sign.
The other question I had, just slipped my mind. Oh, the analytics. I'd like to see it too, if you wouldn't mind.
Sure.
Admin email.
Yep.
And then the other question I had, I'm finishing up.
No.
He was adding
Oh, he
himself
wants the
to it
analytics.
too.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Back to the food service complaint, I thought I heard you say members, you can serve members. Now,
Mhm.
does that mean residents, or is that,
Yes.
okay,
I should clarify that the state considers all residents members
okay,
because they pay through that specialized tax, so that includes them into the membership.
so that means it's a no for non-residents,
Unless they buy a pre-sale ticket.
pre-sale ticket.
Yes.
Okay, so
Which,
for-
that's what it's always been.
Okay.
The only time we were introducing cost was if someone was coming to the yard sale, we were gonna offer that opportunity for them, so they wouldn't be like, hey, I have to leave now and not shop some more, which was the plan. But they have to buy it ahead of time, so we're not gonna be able to do that. So that was a lesson that we learned, but everything else, we were 100% compliant on. So, yeah.
Great, thank you.
Chairman, I have a couple questions. Jennifer, where do we stand on funding for the community meals? Are we on track with that? Do we have surplus now that we didn't have the meal last month,
No.
et cetera? Where do we stand funding on those meals?
So I planned out, it's my budgeting, so I planned out to have money for all 4 meals a year because that's the expectation of the board is to have those meals. And all events, I watch the budget. That's all I do. I watch the budget to make sure that we can deliver on everything that the community wants. As for missing a meal, we're not missing, we rescheduled. Remember I said we're gonna do it on May 9th. So all the supplies that we bought for that, again, are still good, believe it or not.
So
Yeah.
funding for the community meals is still on track and there is no
Yes.
issue with that?
Mhm.
Okay, that was my first question. My second question, Chairman, is I am for the signage, 100%. I just don't want to prolong it, but I don't think we're missing some data.
Yes,
Which is
I agree.
where we're gonna put it, how we're gonna get it in, those kinds of things. I think we should have a piece of that before we vote to do that. But if you choose to make that recommendation, we're gonna find that information in the future.
No, I think that, I was hoping to close it out today. That's not gonna happen because we do need the final cost for that marquee sign, including the lettering that will need to go on there.
And we want it lit, correct? That was my other question.
We could go with not having it lit
Okay.
and then have it lit in the future if we identify a good location to put it before we sit there and
Okay.
make the decision.
I'm not sure who you need to have. I would lean, I guess, on Joe, right? Wouldn't it? Because that's a roads issue, correct?
The signage? No,
No.
probably.
Really, you?
It's Katie, yeah.
Okay, so,
He does the front, like the front presentation is roads, the brick walls are.
okay.
Yeah, I'll work with Joe and Pete to talk about that, but we can put together where it would be best, where we recommend it, and bring that staff recommendation back to the board for a vote.
Yeah,
with the
because that was
pricing.
one of the things that I had mentioned at the last meeting, even the current existing 3 posts that we have been using for our existing signage now. I don't know who did it, but there is a deer sign now that is right in front of that, so it's kind of like serious. And I'm sure it's not the sign that our people put up. I think it was FDOT that did that.
Yeah. I think Miguel, we can have Miguel move those poles if we need to, if they're not cemented in, but I can have him check.
Yeah, and then we need to make sure that wherever we're moving them is still considered RLE property and that we're not in a right-of-way or off of our own property.
Okay.
So, I would like to, I'll send my recommendation that I worked on in the past for a good location for the sign.
Okay, that would be great. I didn't even know you had one.
Yes, I would like to be involved in that again. And then I have a question about the ice machine, if I may.
Yeah.
Okay, has the water been tested over at the well?
Yes,
And has the water been tested at the building?
yeah, all of the tests are compliant. He tests every quarter.
Okay, because the water failed at the fire station
Okay.
When?
3 years ago.
Oh, okay, so this isn't something new.
2 years ago.
Okay.
1 year ago. We can't have the ice machine and we can't drink the water in the fire station. So I'm curious.
Well, he tests the well,
I'm curious.
yeah.
And my only point is if it's not good enough for us, I want to make sure it's good enough for them.
Well, absolutely, yeah.
So I wouldn't think that the standards are different. It's the same county.
Correct, but are they both plumbed off of the same well?
Yes, there's
Yes.
one well in the back of the maintenance that feeds that whole section.
It feeds that and the fitness center, and he goes into the kitchen, and he.
All right, well then the question comes down to this. The fire station, who is responsible for the well test on that? Is that an RLE test that needs, do we need to make? Wait, let me finish my question.
Sorry.
Is it something that the RLE department needs to deal with, or is this something that Marion County Fire Life has to deal with since they are the ones that are occupying that building currently?
So let me just ask. So we're still at the standpoint of what does Marion County Fire Rescue want, which I believe is the base, and what does RLE still own, which I believe is the station. But we need clarification on that. The water is tested in the station, and that was where they tested the water for the fire station. And then they went and tested it somewhere else, but I don't know the status.
Okay, so this comes back to
So,
ops, I guess.
Our staff tests our facilities monthly and quarterly, and it has all passed, or we had a delayed one, but it's all been resolved. There was no issue with it failing. As far as I know, we are not responsible for testing any of the water at the fire station. I don't know if that would be facilities, or if there's a fire
So the
representative. that
water
does that.
from the well goes to all 3
Right.
buildings, and
and it's passed.
yeah, I don't know. I'll ask.
Yeah,
the guys.
We'd be
ask.
happy to get our reports over to you, or whoever tests your water can come
We don't.
test it with us, and we can work to resolve
Well,
that.
the county
with you,
takes
but it's
care
not ours.
of, the county takes care of us because of the water water not passing. So
Okay.
I'm not going to, but I just want to make sure that those guys aren't getting shorted.
Well, no, you brought up a very good point, and it's one that we now need to close the loop on. It's just part of the due diligence, because it's like, now we're saying that our well's been tested.
Which is
So
the
we're-
well that serves their center.
Exactly. So at that point, I think it's like, who do we need to send that over to on your shop?
I'll ask, and then I will go back and get the report for you.
Okay. Yep.
I can send him the report if that's okay.
Okay.
And then I have one last question, which is about, do we have a web page?
What do you mean a
It's
web page?
Straight up web page. I know the county owns a website, and they have all kinds of data on there. And there are sub-web pages in there. I don't know if there's a click where you can go to Marion Oaks and get data on Marion Oaks. And I don't know if that's a web page or a drop down.
Yeah, we have a webpage within the Marion NFL website that we update with agenda, board, and minutes, and then just contact information and some rental info
Can we put-
about this facility.
Can we put other stuff on there?
Can you put us
No,
on there?
Can you not? I don't know. Can y'all?
I
put-
do, yes.
Can you put others, can we put the club events and stuff like that that's going on?
So we have some major events listed on there, and we did list the list of dates that's approved by the board for all of our major
Okay.
events, that is listed on there.
Okay.
And then it also directs you over to our Facebook page that has all the actual events, that's a little easier to keep updated and interact with.
I haven't been on there in a while. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
back on there. I think there's another piece of data for,
Yeah, I've been on it, and quite honestly, I have a difficult time getting to it, but.
Yeah,
yes, I have been
it's
on
rather
it.
clunky to use.
Yes.
It's not very well designed.
Right.
and I have one more question, and I'll be done. When these lights go in at 41 and the Boulevard, they're a single pole, it's gonna have an arm that goes over the US 41. Do we know where those poles are gonna be located, and are they going to affect the visibility of the Rainbow Lakes Estates?
These were questions that were posed early on during the design phase, and we were instructed that at the point that we were asking them, we were in negotiations for the contract for the flowers and all the rest of that on the wall. We were instructed that the walls would remain where they are, that they are not in any way in the right of way, it isn't going to impact the lights or anything else. However, they strongly suggested that we wait on the landscaping until after the project was complete.
So theoretically, these huge poles could go right in front of both of our signs.
They could, but I don't think they will, not based upon what we were told. We'll have to wait and see what they come up with the design. Now, George has been working on that. Whether or not he can get an advanced copy of what they're looking at, I don't know.
Yeah, I have, and it's in the record.
Okay.
The plan's in there.
So I appreciate everybody's time. Thank you.
One thing, Jen, when you get the information on the sign, can you either send a link for a picture or just send a picture in?
I will,
in
I'll
the
send you a
shop?
picture with it
Okay.
and everything.
Visuals mean a lot.
Yes, I will. I'll definitely send you a picture so you can see it. One more thing that I forgot, George, because she put a sticky note on it. She also said that there were mailed 126 communicators out. That's what our actual physical mailing list is. And email list is 413. So, combined, that's about, 570 that's also going out through those methods. And then we are adding the sign-in box to the sheets right now.
Right.
So we're gonna do that, so that might help enhance the mailing list for the email.
Excellent, excellent,
So,
great.
extra stuff, sorry, long-winded.
All right. Anything else before we move on? No. All right, then Chad is absent tonight, so Lieutenant Moore, you're up. It's good to have you back, by the way. We missed you last month.
Last month, we had a little emergency in the city with the chief resigning on us. So we had to take over the police department down there. I know this is Rainbow Lake Estates up here, but everybody here goes down to Denellen to shop and all that stuff. So just to give you an update of the police department down there, their chief has resigned. I've been appointed the interim chief. They are not going to hire another one. They're going to wait until November. So in November, they're putting a vote to the public to find out if they want to start all over again, hiring a new chief and hiring new officers and all that. If the voters from the city limits, those are the only ones that can decide that. So the people in the city decide to do that, then the city council is going to have to start from scratch because they don't even have vehicles anymore. All that stuff is liquidated. So I have a strong feeling that we're probably going to continue the contract down there and the PD might be phased out. So with that being said, we have 6 deputies that are down there in the city that are assigned to them. One of the things that we talked to them about was putting a full-time person on the river. So the city council for Denellen has decided to pay for a deputy for a year-round, 40 hours a week, to work nothing but the river in the city limits. So the sheriff has decided that one side gets this, why not the other side? So our marine unit, there's 5 of them. They're going to be rotating each week, and they're going to be working the other end of the river, outside of the city limits. So they'll be working the KP hole and towards the state park, where they can anyways, and going down. So I don't know how many of you use the river out there, but you're going to start seeing at least 2 of our boats out there pretty much full time to try to help curb some of the issues that are going on. As far as your wonderful place up here, I learned something new the other day that I didn't know until we were doing some neighborhood watch meetings down on the other end, Rainbow Springs, and the PIO actually showed me a crime map that they use. If you go onto marionso.com's website and you click on the button that says crime prevention, in that crime prevention there's an actual link for a crime map. I clicked on it and it literally shows everything that we report. So if I have an assault that happens, or a battery, or a drug arrest, or a robbery, or anything like that, it's literally on there. So you can plug in your zip code, you can look at the map, you can zoom in, you can actually click on it and it'll give you a case number. You can't read the details because a lot of this stuff's protected, but it at least tells you what the title was. Before I came in tonight, I was just curious and looked on it. I didn't have any dots. So for up here I had no dots. Some other places in Denellen I did. So that's available for everybody. So that's on the website under their crime prevention link. And then under that, you'll see crime mapping. And you can subscribe to it, and it actually gives you updates with your zip code, that if something pops up, it'll pop up. Other than that, traffic, they've been averaging a little over 100 a month. And we've been doing traffic stops a month. We've been doing about 20 citations. Recently, in the past couple of days, I've been getting some complaints up on Seacliff that I got a couple dumpster trucks up there, some sand trucks that are using it as a raceway.
Okay.
So a couple of my deputies are going to go out there for a little bit and educate them on what the road is and what the speed is. So you might see them up there in Seacliff for the next week. So that's about it from us.
Okay.
Excellent.
All right, that takes us into old business. And once again, Joe, I mean, you pretty much hammered everything. I will be going over some items with Jennifer to remove from our list going forward, at least temporarily. One of the things I wanted to close out tonight too was the clubhouse. I want to get some final costs on that. I know we still have an oven that needs to be installed. No, it's installed?
Yeah.
Volume, please.
Hello, there we go. So the oven has officially been installed. It had to be hardwired, so that was the delay. So yes, the oven is operational. It's a convection oven that's catering grade commercial, so that is in there. We are waiting on the ice machine, and that is working through the process. Yeah. Otherwise, it is usable. Everyone has been using the room, so.
No, that's not, and that's perfect.
Yeah.
I just want to be able to close this out. In
Yeah.
order to close it out, I just want to see what our final expenditure was on it.
Okay, yeah.
And compare that, see, because I still have the original bid sheet. So, you know me, I'm doing comparison. I want to see if there's any capital improvement money left after this project.
I think the world changed a little bit since that original bid, but.
Oh, exactly, but I want to see how badly.
Yeah, once a few appliances are wrapped up, we'll bring that final cost to the next meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, we have quite a few. I mean, I have the original, and then the cost of electric, so I can give, if you want, I can give the basic of what we spent on the oven, but I don't have the oven.
No, just wait until, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Katie knows what I'm looking for.
Okay, got it.
The next one I wanted to ask about, and then I think, well, this one's gonna be ongoing. Do we have updates on the septic system for this building here?
Yeah, so we are still waiting on the state license, is what we've been told by the vendor. Yes, we are at 7 weeks. I have cried to our own staff and asked, there is nothing I can do to
Yeah,
expedite
I know.
that, unfortunately. So, we stay on it weekly, we follow up with the vendor and, try to get information from them. They are on top of it, they want their money too, so they can't finish the work until they get the license.
Yeah, that was gonna be my next question, was when was the last time we reached out, so.
We reach out every week on Thursdays and Wednesdays, so she might have done it today. Yeah, today, because the last I got is we were still waiting, so.
Okay.
For this meeting.
And then we still had under old business, we had the well and tank at Seacliff. My understanding is the well has been repaired, the tank was still an outstanding issue.
So I didn't bring it up earlier because it was on here. Yes, so the tank is not outstanding any longer. The issue was that the pressure tank did actually rust out. And so that tank has now been replaced per recommendation and it is operational fully.
Okay, so now that that's closed, let's get that off the list.
Yep, we can take that off of there.
Okay. And so I had everything that we talked about, geo reports, updates on that, we got those, the tennis courts, the event signage. So I think that takes us through the old business portion of this, unless there's something that I missed.
Mr. Chairman,
Absolutely.
is there a plan to enclose that well in the pressure tank at Seacliff?
Yes, we talked about it today. So it's going to be future budget planning. It is hopefully in the plans soon. We are
That's
waiting
why
on.
we're smiling, because we talked.
Yeah, we have the Creative Arts Center, we have the sinkhole issues financially, but that's also on our list when we look at the budgeting.
Yeah, so it's coming.
Not immediately, but we're working on it.
And then if we're gonna enclose that one, maybe we should look at the other ones that need to be enclosed. I know there's one at the Creative Arts Center next to Old Station 2. That one is enclosed, but the roof has collapsed.
Right,
Oh.
I noticed that 2 years ago, and that is on the list. We just, with the other, it's not that it's not important, it is important, but it didn't rise to the level that the current clubhouse renovation did, so.
I'm 100% behind it.
Okay.
And is this something that has to go out to contract? Or can the maintenance guys and the employees of Rainbow Lakes do that work if it's?
Potentially, we have to look at it,
We
we have
have to
project
look at it.
scope, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
That was my thought, is I can have Miguel check it out and see if he's able to fix it. He will let me know honestly whether that's within his expertise or not. Yeah.
Yeah, most of them, just so you know, Steve, most of the projects that come up, we do run them through internal before we elevate them to anything that has to go to procurement. So. All right, anything else on old business? No?
The AC service?
Oh, well, we talked about that at the last meeting. The AC contracts are currently, I believe, they're currently done or in process.
No, we have to search for vendor quotes, which we are currently
I
doing.
thought we had those.
No, we have one quotes.
Good
Okay,
call.
but we have quotes, but we
Lucky
can't,
guys.
the reason why we were tabling it is because we can't move forward with anything until the new budget year. because that money is budgeted in the new year. So I can't really, I can go out and get quotes, but I can't actually pay anyone or hire anyone at this point.
But don't we need to know, the cart before the horse here, don't we need quotes to understand what we need to do for the budget? I mean, I understand we just.
That's what she just said, is
Yes,
that she
we
went.
Did I misunderstand? Okay.
Yeah, we went through to get the quotes at that time, but the price is going to change by the time we get to October. It has already changed in the past 2 months because of, obviously, the economy right now. So it's gone up significantly in 2 months. So the original that we budgeted, that we put in there, we padded it a little bit. So I'm hoping that we can still, when we go back to get those quotes in September before we get to October 1, that we can still stay in that price. If not, then I'll be knocking on Katie's door again.
But we did budget for this already.
We did,
Yes,
but
we
just
included
wait.
a line item for it.
Yeah, we included a line item, we padded the line item, but the economy is much more volatile than I expected, and the cost has jumped on some metal products and manufactured products. So I don't know if that's going to change the quote of maintenance for people. So we'll see. I expect not. I'm 80-20. So, but yeah, it doesn't start till October 1, so that's why. But it's
Okay, I thought that, my mistake, I thought that we'd already gotten most of the bids and quotes.
no, we can't. I can't go out for any bid until until I have a budget to pull from.
Totally understood,
Yeah.
my mistake. Thank you.
No worries.
All right, we're also looking at a club proposal for the Lego Build and Chill Club. Candace Spitzinger.
Oh, okay.
Traveling, so guess what? Somebody else.
That's why it says / Sandy Hines.
Sandy Hines, okay.
Hello,
Hi, how are you?
my name is Sandra Haney.
You gotta turn that on. Slide that little button on the top of it towards you, there you go.
Address is 23900 Southwest Seacliff Avenue. Lego Build and Chill Club proposal. The mission is to create a welcoming space for adults and kids to come together, build with Lego, and connect with like-minded folks in the community. Our objective is to host bi-weekly meetups for adults and kids to build Lego sets, share tips and socialize, foster a sense of community among Lego enthusiasts, provide a relaxed environment for people to unwind and express their creativity. The logistics is to meetups will be held at a local community center, the clubhouse, or suggested alternatives. Participants will bring their own Lego sets to work on. We'll have separate areas for kids and adults to build and chill. Snacks and drinks will be provided. Frequency monthly on a designated day or time, like the first and third Saturday from 4 to 7. We'll probably have 8 to 20 people. The groups are adults ages 18 plus years old, open to all skill levels, and kids group 3 to 17, accompanied by a parent or guardian. Activities will have build time, we'll have Lego themed games and challenges, we'll show and tell for completed projects, community discussions, and idea sharing. Benefits: you can meet new people who share your Lego passion, develop new skills and techniques, relax and de-stress in a fun environment, and build lasting connections with fellow Lego enthusiasts. Any questions? We've had a lot of concerns of people wanting to do.
Yeah, look, I'm a child of Lego, so I get
We
it.
go to houses all the time and bring our Legos and build them.
Exactly.
Ask Steve, we're always at his house.
So my question is this, because I'm looking at how it, I mean, everything is here. It aligns with everything that we're looking for a new club. So I think it's perfect for us. The only question I have is on the name of it. Is it Lego Build and Chill Club at Rainbow Lakes Estates?
Yeah, we can change it to Atwood Lego Estates.
Just clarification, that's all. Other than that, I don't have any other questions. Anybody else?
No, I think it sounds fantastic. I wish I was a kid again.
Up to the age of 99, we all know that's why Betty White passed away. She couldn't do Lego anymore.
Hey, I just think it's great that it'll be someplace else and not on my floor.
Yeah. You ever stepped on some of those things? Oh,
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Those are painful.
Okay, so if we don't have any questions across the board, do we want to vote on this?
I'm gonna abstain from the,
Thank you, Steve. I figured you would.
I move that we approve the club as,
Okay, so I have a motion from George McKay. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
And I have a second from Amber. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
aye.
All those opposed? Passes.
Thank you very much.
the quickest club adoptions.
We've had a lot of interesting people asking.
Sandy, just have Candace or you follow up with Miss Tiffany for the location
Yep.
and opening, okay, thank you.
Does the board members have any other updates or input regarding any other business, either prior or current?
Can we get what you just said put on the agenda as a bolded item, numbered? It's because you ask if we have something new to report, but we don't have it on the agenda saying, hey, we're gonna recognize and ask whether or not board members have any
I think
additional
we can do that.
information.
Can you add that to our agenda?
Sure, yeah. You want it as number 8 or you want it under new agenda items?
Uno momento, please. Sure. One moment, please. Can we make it 8A?
Okay,
Thank you.
I will do so.
Taken care of. Thank you, Steve.
I'm feeling better now.
Anything?
Nothing new.
All right, then I will open this up for general public comment. Anybody out there want to bring something to the board's attention? Talk to us about something?
So we do have one person signed up.
Perfect.
So that person is Carol Setzer.
I don't know how to turn this on.
Slide the switch on the top
On the top
of
towards
the
you.
microphone towards you. Nope.
Wait, hold on.
Thank you, Omar.
Thank you, Omar.
Okay, my name is Carol Setzer, and I live at 21860 Southwest Neptune Boulevard. I am the chairman for the Rainbow Lake Estates Garden Club that was approved by the advisory board last year. We want to grow our numbers, and we wanted to advertise our club, and I wanted to know the rules on the street signs. We thought we could put us, like you put in the median, that we could advertise it's a second Tuesday, pick it up, put it down on Monday, pick it up after the meeting. If we could do that every week to generate more interest.
Okay, the signage has to be placed after business hours and picked up prior to the next business day. The issue is that it's a code issue. Marion County considers all of those signs to be considered litter, so you don't want to be caught putting them up and you cannot leave them.
Okay, that's fine, then we won't do that. Thank you very much.
No, then not.
Well, I
that's-
can't do it after business hours. After business hours is 5 o'clock.
Okay.
In the winter time, it's dark. I wouldn't trust, everybody's elderly. I wouldn't want to have anybody go out there, and
Okay.
so I don't think that would work. We'll have to
I'm
try.
sorry.
That's okay. Thank you very much.
I'm very sorry
Thank
about
you very
that.
much.
There's like all kinds of ways we can fix this problem.
Yeah, I think.
So, what's your name?
Carol.
Carol, there's all kinds of ways we can fix and solve this. Currently, right now, there's 3 posts down there behind the deer sign that doesn't have anything put on it.
Correct.
So it's easy, I would assume, to get with staff and figure out if we could put something up there for a temporary amount of time advertising your club or any other club maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, at one time, the garden club, I believe, planted flowers around the trees.
That's
And
another,
as a byproduct of that, had a sign posted at those trees that said, provided by the garden club. I believe that sign at one time was a permanent sign made out of wood. and was not considered trash. And then there was a sign for a long time, decades, between Circle K and now the pizza place that was taken down. We have not really fully addressed whether or not we can have that sign replaced. So there's three options for you, the Garden Club, and for every other club that's up here. I don't know if any of them are viable or if we want to pursue any of them, but if a club is trying to use something, and we're not using the 3 posts that are up there now, and we're talking about putting a new sign in.
Exactly, and that is very viable. Now, as far as the other sign, I'm gonna put this on you, Steve. As the code person,
Yeah.
do the research on it and find out what the actual rules are as it relates to signs and the one specifically that you're referring to between the Circle K and Bonnie's, or
I have a task, sir. Thank you very much. Anything else that I need to know,
Where
staff?
will those results be, where I can see what we can do and what we can't do?
I'm sorry, I'm hard of hearing. I apologize.
why don't you come, Carol, please come back to the mic. Thank you. That way we can get it on record.
Okay, you said you were going to find out
No, I was tasked.
past, okay, when will I know what we can do, is what I'm asking.
Well, I'm gonna ask that once he gets his findings done, he can report them back to the office, or you can either pick them up from the office,
Okay.
or, because now that it's been brought up at the meeting, it will also be brought up at the next meeting next month. So if you wanna come back and attend that meeting,
So what
we
next,
should,
I'll have it all next
it will be
month.
discussed here at this table
That's
next
fine.
month.
Okay, thank you.
So we have a new agenda item
Correct.
for next month's meeting. Awesome. And I'm happy.
Steve, I'm gonna make you a little happier too. I am hoping to have code enforcement here at the next meeting. So, we will confirm and market it once it is set in stone, but we're hoping they'll be here to talk about some of those code.
Wow, that was
enforcement.
quick. How do you do that? I never
Are
had
you
that
psychic?
ability.
When is the dog catcher going to be here?
Working on it.
They're working on a giant building right
I
now.
just got back, Steve, come on.
All right, is there anything else?
No.
Okay. I'm going to go through some quick upcoming events. Makers Monday is April 20th, as well as May 18th, it's 10 a.m. here at the Community Center. Moms and Masterpieces will be May 2nd, 10 a.m. here at the Community Center. The next Coffee and Conversation will be Wednesday, May 13th, 10 a.m. at the District Office. Adult Night Out, I want to go to this, will be May 7th, 5:30 at the Youth Center. We have a breakfast coming up on May 9th. Don't miss that, because that's the one we didn't get earlier, so we want to make sure everybody gets a chance to do that. And our next advisory board will be May 21st, 6:30 here at the Community Center. I strongly advise that those of us that are here in the audience, even the board members, make sure you pick up a copy of the communicator. If you are getting it, you can always pick up an extra copy and hand it out to somebody who isn't getting it. Thank you very much, Steve.
Have you seen this? This is amazing.
It is. It's a lot better than what it used to be. I'm very, very happy with that. I'm hoping that our little flyer cards will be going out soon. So that will also help. That will help with getting the word out on what we have to offer here and how to navigate around our district a little bit better. So, and thank you all for coming this evening. I appreciate it. It's nice to see all the faces out here. With that, meeting adjourned.